So let me show you how to use the AutoPO module to generate purchase orders for items that fall below its minimum quantity level. All right, so let's go to Purchasing, AutoPO, and you'll see the AutoPO wizard. We'll go and just select Next. Okay, so here for the first screen here, you just need to decide if you want to order for a given store or for a group of stores. Okay, so let's do a group of stores, and you need to decide if you want to create a dropship PO. Okay, so a multi-store dropship PO, or if it's a single store dropship PO. So here you'll get a different PO for each store. Here you'll get one PO for all the stores. All right. Now, if you want a marked for PO, a marked for PO is typically a multi-store PO. Then you need to specify the default store. Okay, the store that will actually get the shipment. All right. Now we'll go and just do a dropship multi-store PO. And for the PO number, do you just want it to be a PO number, or would you like to add any extra information before or after the PO number? For example, some people like to put in the vendor code after the PO number, just so that the auto-generated purchase orders stand out amongst the sea of regular purchase orders. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Go ahead and select Next. Okay, here are just all the default information for the purchase orders being auto-generated, the associate, the order date, the ship date, cancel dates. We'll go and just use the current date for the order date. Now the analysis screen I'll come back to, okay? Same for the PO screen. Now on this screen, if you want Retail Pro to automatically suggest the ordering of items that fall below its min, you need to keep this setting off. Okay, so this setting right here needs to be unselected, deselected. So take a look at the setting. It says do not use min level as the reorder point. So if you check this, then you're basically agreeing with that statement. Don't use the min level. So if you uncheck it, you're disagreeing with that statement. So you do want to use the min level. Okay, it's a little confusing because it's a double negative, but basically you're saying do use the min level. Okay, so that means that if the item is below its min and you're using the min, then Retail Pro will want to order something. Okay, now how much would it want to order? Okay, that's this setting up here. Order back up to min. So if you're below min, order enough to get you back up to min. Max. If you're below min, order enough to get you back up to your max. Custom level. If you're below min, order enough to get you up to this custom level, 50%, between min and max. Okay? If your min is 10, your max is 30, 50% is 20. 0% would be the same as min, 100% would be the same as max. Does that make sense? Okay? So I'll go in for training purposes, I'll go and set this to max quantity level. So go ahead and place an order if the item falls below its min, and then order up to its max. Now, if the item is at or above the min, Retail Pro will not even ask the second question, how much to order, because Retail Pro would not want to place an order. Does that make sense? So if you're at or above your min, no order. Okay? Now, let me back up a little bit. Back to this analysis screen and this PO screen. How does Retail Pro know if you're below your min? Should it only look at on-hand quantities, right? Or should it also look at on-hand quantities plus or minus any commitments you have? For example, what if you have existing commitments on layaways or special orders? What about outgoing transfers? Or maybe you have some incoming transfers coming in transit. So these are ASNs. Usually these are coming in, right? Coming into your store. So if you have an on-hand quantity of 10, but you have 5 commitments going out on layaways and special orders, and one outgoing commitment to another store, which is a total of 6, you really don't have 10, you only have 4. Does that make sense? Or a better example would be, let's say your min is 10, and let's say your on-hand currently right now is at 15, but you have 3 on layaways somewhere, and then you also have 3 going out on a transfer order somewhere, total of 6 commitments. So 15 minus the 6, you're actually at 9, assuming that all your commitments go through. Therefore, you are below your min. And since you're below your min, Retail Pro will want to order up to your max. Does that make sense? That's why this analysis screen is very important. Okay? Now the second screen deals with just purchase orders. So by default, if you do nothing here, Retail Pro will take into account all existing purchase orders. Okay? Which, by the way, will add to your on hand, assuming that those PO quantities come in, right? So if you have a quantity of 7 right now and your min's 10, you're currently below your min. But let's say you have an existing order with 5 coming into your store. So 7 plus 5, you're at 12, which puts you above your min. Therefore, Retail Pro feels that you have enough and it will not want to place an order. Does that make sense? Now, sometimes you do want to tell Retail Pro to ignore specific POs. For example, maybe you have a holiday sale coming up and you normally place a special order just to support that sale. Well, you may want to ignore that special order because it could skew your normal replenishment order, right? So what you can do is you can specify the date range that that PO falls within, and then you would exclude it from analysis. Now you can also exclude from analysis specific POs. Here's a number, or specific POs with specific unfilled percentage range, and so on. Okay? I'll go ahead and hit next. And once you have everything set up, you would just hit next again. Now, would you like to filter for specific items that you want to order? Okay, or not order? So you have a chance to filter here. I'm not going to do any filtering. I'll hit next and then finish. Now, this screen tells you basically what Retail Pro recommends that you order. Okay, so for every one of these items, looks like I need to order 30 because I probably don't have anything. So actually here, destination store has 0, right, which is certainly below my min. So it wants to order back up to my max, which is 30. Okay, here's some other ones here, and so on. All right. Now, if you agree with this suggestion, and you don't have to, by the way, if you don't agree, you can always uncheck these. Okay, or you can do mass unchecks if you want, or checks. Now you can also modify the amount that is recommending. So even though it recommends 30 here, maybe I want to order 35. So nothing has happened yet. Now when you select OK, this will start to generate purchase orders. So I'll go ahead and say yes. Done. If I go to the purchase orders area, here are my purchase orders. So all the purchase orders created by the auto purchasing module has the vendor code after the purchase order number. Okay, and look, and these are all multi-store dropship POs. That's why you have the select for the ship to store. That's it. That's using the auto purchasing module to order items that fall below its min level.